Hi guys and welcome to another episode of the Let's Get Chatting podcast. Before we get into the seriously great conversation in this podcast we've got for you today, I'd like to just request a few things. If you could just go to our social medias and check it out, hit like, comment, subscribe on our latest videos, that would be great. So we are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you can find a podcast, we are there under Let's Get Chatting. If you do like the content, please give it a like. Give us a subscribe, hit the notification button so you can get all of our latest episodes, rate us on Spotify, iTunes and those sort of bits and bobs, and just support us as much as you can. We appreciate you listening. Let's get into the episode. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the Let's Get Chatting podcast. We've got Dave Mullen with us today, we've got me, we've got Jamie B, we've got no bullying for Bicker today either.
Good.
I don't
because I'm not up for that.
He's not feeling it.
We're not up for it.
I'm suffering from the fucking heat as well, man. Like honestly,
you can't complain. You can't complain.
I'm ginger. I can fucking complain. Trust me.
No. It's so good. Like working out in this weather.
It's been nice. Have you got the shorts out yet, or for work?
Absolutely. Every day.
I nearly did. Like today, I thought about it, and then I didn't. I think it's pure laziness because I like pile up my clothes, like prep it, and I was like, I can't be asked to go get like some extra clothes out. So yeah, that's probably exactly why. As always, anyway, we'll start off. Let's get into the flow of it. We'll ask everyone what they've been up to, how their week's been. Yeah, go on, Bix. You go first, mate.
Week so far has not been the best, to be honest. I've been ill, but yeah, I've just had a sickness bug. The boys had a sickness bug. I caught it off them. So yeah, it's been pretty shit. No pun intended.
Mr. I talk about consistency all the time doesn't turn up for a podcast. Well,
Has it been out? Has it been out of both ends, Bicker?
Absolutely.
Oh mate.
Yeah.
No good.
Yeah. I know. No good. Oh yeah, I had to cancel the podcast because I was ill.
Don't worry about that, mate. I've done it 3 times.
Third time's a charm, boys. Don't worry about it. Third time's Oh, what about you, Dave? What have you been up to?
Yes, I'm all good, mate. I've had a good week. The weather sorts it, doesn't it, for everyone?
It does.
Certainly for me, mate.
It does make it more positive for sure.
Yeah, I've just had a good week. I've just been out in the sun, mate, at home all week, really. Just getting the garden up together, ready for summer, and just working on my phone, doing the usual stuff that you boys know what I'm up to.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy. Well, I've been trying to get my steps in every evening a bit more by taking the dog for a walk, but my dog's a fucking menace. So I've just ordered like.
What dog have you got?
She's like a lurcher cross with a collie, so she's like pure psycho. Like pure psycho. Like, so I've been trying to she was really good with other dogs like as a pup, but then all of a sudden one day she just snapped and like hates other dogs. So, when I take her out, it's like a constant battle because every dog she sees, it's barking, snarling, going nuts. But we took her out without Grayson, my son, and she actually played with another dog perfectly fine. Oh. But then as soon as we go with my son, she's psycho. So I think it's a protection thing.
I can relate to that, mate. I had my previous dog.
Or jealousy, maybe.
Yeah, my previous dog was exactly the same. I couldn't go anywhere near another dog, quite literally. Couldn't even, if he just saw it from the other side of the field to try and get at it. However, a couple of times I remember chaining him up while I went in the shop. And then when I come out the shop, another lady was there with her dog and he was fine. The second I walked over to him to unchain him, freaking out, why isn't he went for the dog and it was protection of me.
Yeah. Well, we tried one of those like vibrating collars because shock collars aren't allowed in this country. That worked for a day or two and then she realized it doesn't actually hurt. It just vibrates.
Definitely a collar, yeah.
Yeah, and then I ordered like the snout collars where they're like figure eights and they go over their snout and they you can pull and it tugs their snout down. So we tried that one tonight, but I also ordered a prong collar.
I had one of them
just to cover my back, but the snout collar actually worked all right tonight, so she was all right. And I've been just trying to get like 3K every evening. I noticed like opposite our gaff, like there's this like back end walkway and it's like goes to a fucking river and it's like really open bit of field with like river all around it. It's wow nice. So we were going down there as just having a good time really. So that's what I've been doing this week, working. Good. I've been back in the gym slightly, just like getting little bits in when I can and dieting a little bit, so trying to lose that weight. But does anyone else find you lose weight in the summer anyway, just in general?
100%.
Like 100%. I think it's because you go out more, don't you, right? You just do more walking.
You eat healthier, mate. You eat healthier. Of course you
Because you want
do.
salads and shit. You don't
Yeah, I mean, we all...
heavy meals.
Am I not the only one that, like, has a roast this time of year knowing this is going to be the last roast I have for 6 months or so?
No.
Really?
Every Sunday in his house. Well, not in Grandad's, but
Right.
fucking... We were just saying that, though, me and my missus, about, like, roasts and shit. Like, you don't have, like, your cottage pies, your roasts, your stews, all that sort of stuff. Excuse me.
No, it's winter food.
No, they
Yeah.
winter food.
So you get that summer food, salads.
Salads. I mean, you don't have a salad in the winter, do you? Let's be honest.
No.
Unless you're going to
you're
spoons
psycho,
and you want to be a cheap cunt.
Unless you're a lunatic.
Mm.
So,
Today's episode,
we are going to be... Well, let's go. Been here before, slightly. So, tell us a bit about yourself, David. Like, a little bit about, like, your story and whatnot. And we'll
yeah, of course.
go from there, mate.
My story, I suppose, the reason I'm on here is because I'm 14 months sober now from alcohol and cocaine, which I had an issue with for my whole adult life since I was for 15 years. And me quitting alcohol was kind of developed into a bit of a one-man mission, I suppose, just to better myself relentlessly. And I feel like I've got a lot to share now. I've got a lot to share to be able to help other people, which has resulted on, I'm sure we'll go into it, and me going now on TikTok.
Yeah.
But that's where my story stems from. My story stems from having an issue with alcohol and cocaine to the point of trying hundreds of times over the years to quit, like many people do. Hospitalised several times, some more serious than others. One was close to death. Like, I don't like to go down that route all the time and talk about it, but you got to say it so people can relate.
Yeah. It's a severity thing, isn't it? To see how severe, like, it's to
100%.
see how severe it was.
Yeah, because the thing with that though, as well, like, I think it is key. I know you probably don't like talking about it, but I think it's key for people to know the background of that story that you got, because they might be in that similar situation right now. They could be potentially doing what you were doing 14, 15, 16 months ago right now and not know where that consequence can take them.
100%, mate. Yeah. Yes. It, in it, like you said, that it's so powerful to... So I've unfortunately got a lot of pictures and footage of me in intensive care. I don't enjoy putting them out onto socials at all. My avenue of recovery has always been today, tomorrow, and the future. I have never spoke about the past. I still don't speak about the past. Unless it's to trying to get people to relate, and that's just a must. So when I'm if I'm putting things on socials and it is old footage, it is so people can relate. And the proof's in the pudding. So many people do. Like the amount of obviously messages and stuff I get back is crazy.
It's brave as well. It's fucking brave
because it's fucking hard and cringeworthy.
Yeah,
it's fucking cringe. Like, obviously, I had my struggles myself with addiction, and when I look back on shit, it makes my skin crawl.
Yes,
looking back on it, like I'm thinking about thoughts now, going in my head, like, as a father, I shouldn't have been doing that shit, and it's like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, why did it take me that fucking long to see?
I think that's I think it took all of us a bit too long in our generation to sort this shit out. It's horrible, mate. It's horrible. But no, sorry, that's what I was going to say. So it is cringy, and I've got... Do you know what? I actually deleted... I went through a stage in my sobriety where I was like, forget about the past, like I say.
Yeah.
Went through my phone, deleted everything, or pretty much everything from the past. And then I started the TikTok, and I was like, oh, damn it, I deleted all that. Because now I cringe at it. Yes, I cringe at it. And I don't like watching it, like certain videos of me pissed up, falling off tables. Just the way I used to be. But it's the way I look at it is I used to be so proud of myself like back then, and I wouldn't cringe back then.
Yeah.
I'd be...
Because you're the laugh of the party.
Laugh of the party, but... I'd just be loud and proud with it, and now looking back, it's awful. It's incredibly cringy, but it's
also motivational.
you can come from there to like I literally wouldn't behave like that anymore.
Yeah, but it's
If there
motivational.
was,
Like,
if I was in a pub, a bar, or a club, if there's a dance floor, it's irrelevant. I want a table. If there's a table, I'm getting on the table. And you can't act like that. But it is what it is. It is cringy, it is. But it's powerful. It's powerful because once you've grown up, it's only going to be certain immature people or people are not at a certain age that will still find that footage funny. But
yeah,
if you're at a point in your life where I am now and yourselves, you know that's not funny. That person was in so much pain.
yeah,
Looking back at it, and it wasn't funny. It really wasn't funny in any way, shape, or form. And it's sad to think that maybe people who I was hanging around at the time would have found that absolutely hilarious of how much of a mess I used to get in. Video
because they're
me
in that same situation themselves, mate. That's
well,
the
we
only
spoke
reason.
about this last time. The last episode we did actually, like masking. They call it like masking, where like deep down you're like in pain, but you're masking your like persona to other people to make it look like you're not. But also, like I find with videos like that, posting them, however cringe you may feel or whatever about them, they're powerful and motivational. But not just they are for yourself, because you can look back and be like, wow, like I'm no longer that person. But for other people to see where you've come as well. You know, is I like I, you know, I've seen your videos, and you look at them and you think, "Fuck, wow, you know, well done." And it's like you may not even do it for that. You're not doing it for
You're
what.
doing it for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like just for your own fucking.
I certainly. So when I started TikTok, I was doing it for myself. There's no doubt about it. But it has quite quickly. It's clearly not for myself anymore. Only I see the messages I get on a daily occurrence. Do you know what I mean? I wake up to. It's overwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah.
Where it's still early on, but I try and get back to everyone. But I can't stop it now. And I'd be incredibly selfish if I did stop it, because there's a lot of people out there that see me as someone that I certainly have never seen myself. Do you know what I mean? I mean, getting the word inspiration and all that chucks at you up. I'm very proud to have that word chucked at me, but
Yeah, but so you should
like I said,
what you've achieved in fucking 14 months is incredible.
I never quite knew how much it would touch so many people. I knew my story. I knew in our community, the Salisbury community, people would look at me now and go, wow,
Yeah.
if Dave can do it, I can do it. That was where my mission was, because I saw myself as the complete idiot of Salisbury, and maybe a lot of people saw me as that.
Right.
Salisbury being our local town. And I just knew the better and better I got, the more powerful it was going to be for people that knew me to go, wow, I can change. Because I've still got friends that struggle on drinking drugs and depression.
Yeah.
And I'm right at the forefront of their minds now going, if Dave can do it. But I wasn't expecting it to reach so far and wide, like global.
Well, it's an epidemic, isn't it? It's a worldwide
Quite
epidemic.
literally global, with people messaging me and saying... well, I won't go into what people in particular, but just really nice, heartwarming messages and saying that I've got them off the sofa. People have stopped drinking because of watching my stuff. People have stopped taking drugs. I had a bloke earlier say that he's 3 months sober off coke because of me. Like,
Oh wow,
that's fucking incredible. Isn't it?
Yeah,
it's that energy and aura you're putting out, and you don't even know it.
It's mad.
I mean?
It still blows my mind, and it's just from posting videos here and there. But
of what you're doing anyway. You're just posting videos of what you're doing anyway, you know, and that's the good thing about it.
Well, there's the avenues you can go with socials. Like we were saying, I had to put the footage out there of what I used to be like. They're on there, they're pinned, they'll always be there. People can see me in hospital. But I thought, well, I can't just keep posting this, and I don't want to. I don't want to keep going over my problems, or it might get all the views and all the hits, but I don't care. I want to be able to. So my TikTok is me. It's me, and where I am right now, I'm 14 months sober from alcohol and coke, and in another 2 years, I'll be even longer without that. But my TikTok would have followed my journey the whole way, and God knows where I'm going to be in a year or 2 years' time. But it's all going to be documented, and people are, for whatever reason, got invested in my life.
Invested in Mullen. Yeah, darker days
I wish they did financially.
Darker Days to Brighter Ways, isn't it?
Yeah, Darker
That
Days
was
to Brighter Ways.
Yeah. I think that's a fucking class name as well.
Yeah, so
Dark
clever.
Days to Brighter Ways.
Yeah, that's a good name.
Yeah, do you know what, boys? I can't. AI was for.
I can't take all the
Hold
credit.
tight,
No,
ChatGPT.
No, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, that is about her.
Yeah,
And it had to stuck. And do you know what? When I first got my TikTok, my original name was Dark Days to Brighter Ways because I didn't have the balls to put my name. I was too afraid of it going out to everyone we know. I was kind of doing it behind the scenes with people in Scotland and America following me without Salisbury knowing, which was lovely.
yeah.
Once, and then I don't know if you'll be aware of him, a bloke called Simon Squibb. Simon Squibb, the entrepreneur, businessman. He was on a live a few months ago, and I was like, mate, I need to talk to this bloke. He is like a massive inspiration of mine, business minded. I'm obsessed with him.
Mm.
And he was on a live on TikTok, and I was commenting, and he was like, mate, you got to change your name. He was at Dark Days to Brighter Ways, amazing, love it, but it's not names. Your name is better. And
personalize it, sort of thing.
Yeah, it just people remember Dave. I'm lucky enough to have a name like Dave, but it's easy to remember. And since I changed it to Dave Mullen, everyone on my TikTok knows Dave Mullen. They don't know Dark Days to Brighter Ways. Dark Days to Brighter Ways is I'm definitely going to keep hold of that, and
100%.
I can see it. The vision I have for Dark Days to Brighter Ways, if I'm honest, is a huge charity, almost like Help for Heroes type of thing. Like, I honestly think it can go global. Dark Days to Brighter Ways, and it's just people with depression and recovery that want to get to a better place without going down certain routes of what is advice, I suppose. Anyway, I think it could go somewhere. I think, like you say, it's got a real ring to it. Dark Days.
Yeah, 100%. And like you say, with like this, like the aspect of it, like
even like recovery houses. Sorry, Josh, to cut you off. That'd be fucking sick. Recovery houses, like for people that are out on the fucking street right now.
Yeah, mate.
No one knows their fucking story, and it's like we've got vets out there, just people in general, like
the amount of people
that are unreal. That just not had that break that they need.
And it takes like people who have been through it as well to like really understand it. In my opinion, I'm an advocate for that. I don't care what anybody says. I don't think if you want to help somebody, I feel like the best help you can have is from someone who's helped themselves or had help from somebody who's been through it as well. I believe you've got to have lived what you're trying to help.
That, mate, you've got a nail on the head there, 100%, definitely. I've never actually thought of it quite like that. But how can you expect someone to help you that hasn't been through it?
Exactly that. You know,
which actually does that relates to one of my main mottos that I tell everyone is don't take advice from people that haven't achieved what you want. And that is a perfect example. And it is, recovery. I haven't thought of it, but in every way, I think I in particular have spent my whole life taking advice from people, not bad people, good people around me now, but
just read from a book.
None of them were drug addicts when I was trying to get better. None of them are millionaires. Now I'm a millionaire. I'm not going to ask them how to become a millionaire. I'm asking a millionaire how to become a millionaire.
Well, that's it. That's like me coming to you and asking you for a parenting advice.
Exactly.
You know, but I'd come for you for advice if I was like trying to recover from something or whatnot. You know, I'd come to you. And again, if you were about to have a child, you could come to me because I've been through
Absolutely.
it. You know, people have been through the shit. You know.
But people don't ask the people, and I don't know why.
It's more of
I do it all the time now. I ask people. There was a bloke in the gym a couple of weeks ago. He was hench. I didn't see nothing like it. But he had the biggest shoulders ever. Straight away, I was over to him. I was like, mate, how do you get your shoulders? He told me 2 exercises. He was like, I do these all the time. Boom. Now I know how to get big shoulders. But people don't ask the people that have it. I don't understand why they don't. It's something I've learned, to be fair, and it's something I'm always trying to push out there to other people in recovery. Like, sometimes people would rather go to a doctor.
Being proud, isn't it? And people don't always want them to know what battles they're going through. That's another thing. They just don't want people to know.
I think the
rather
scary...
suffer in silence, wouldn't they? And that's the fun.
Well,
it could come down to a lot of it as well as like the if you go to a doctor's or either a psychiatrist or anything like that, it's you've got that confidentiality, haven't you? Doctor patient
Confidentiality is the one, yeah.
That's
definitely.
probably a big thing, because let's say I don't know, Bicker or Dave.
But that's proof. That shows how much it's not spoken about enough, because where people want the confidentiality because they're embarrassed about talking about it, so they go to a doctor who they don't know, who's never suffered from depression or addiction, just so they can write on a bit of paper and give you a tablet.
Yeah,
It irritates the hell out of me. It drives me mad.
So what was it that, to go back a little bit, because obviously we're here to talk a bit about you and we want to know what you're doing, what the future is and so on, but to get there we sort of need to know where
100%.
you were. So we don't need to talk about your addiction. We don't need to talk about what you're addicted to.
But because I'm on a podcast, I've said I don't like talking about the past. Obviously I will with you boys. It's just I don't like posting every day.
Nah, of course. But we don't need to know the fucking times, dates, what you did, where you did it, all that. But my main question would be, what was the defining factor that led you to go, this is fucking it? Or moment, or anything.
The moment. Mate, it's a bit of a sad one. I was on, what's it called? I was on just self-sabotage, and I knew I was in one of my situations where I just don't stop with the beer and the drugs. Like, I was just on wrecking ball mode. And I was on that for a reason. I was in such a down place. And if I'm honest, because of my health scares in the past, the time before this most recent time, I did nearly die. I was in intensive care. I was in a coma, all because of a cocaine overdose. Knowing how, and being warned so many times, if you ever have a drink again or have a line again, you will die. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough to scare me. I was never scared of dying in any way. Far from, quite the opposite. So I was in this self-sabotage moment for about a month, where I remember it was December, January, February last year. And if I'm honest, I was going into it thinking I was going to die. I haven't opened up to many people about this. I've only ever said it once, but I thought if I just keep going, I won't make it this time. That was my mentality. I thought I won't make it this time. I'll just die. But I didn't. I went to hospital again. I had a night in hospital. My kidneys and liver are just game over. I was on a transplant list. And anyway, next morning I walked out, slap on the wrist again, you got to stop. And I remember stood walking out of the main doors and I just thought, I am so depressed. It was all about my depression with me. It was never about addiction. It was about what the addiction causes. And I was so depressed that I just thought, right, well, I'm not going to die. I was never going to kill myself, thank God. I thought about it all the time, but I never done it. So there was just this moment, right, I need to do something. No amount of medication. The doctor's maxed me out on everything he's allowed to prescribe me. It does nothing. Just no giving up wouldn't work. I couldn't even die. I just thought something's got to change. So that day I was like, right, I'm not going to drink. And to be honest, mate, I'm 14 months later and now I'm here. And it was, I don't know how else to, it was just, it was, when I quit with such meaning of, I think I mean it this time. I just don't want this depression anymore. I don't want to feel these emotions anymore. And I knew it. So just to
cut you off. Are you saying the depression was from the coke, or you had the depression before the coke, or the coke and alcohol brought the depression on, and that shit just stayed with you? Is that what?
That's a good question, mate. Because certainly at the time, I used to say, chicken or the egg, what comes first? And I used to say, no, I must have had depression before. I must have. Looking back, I'm a very privileged, lucky lad, lovely family, lovely friends. Like, no reason to be depressed. I was taking a lot of amount of cocaine and alcohol from the age of 16.
Sorry to cut you off again, but that's another thing that I wanted to bring up was your family life. Like, you haven't been abused, you've been brought up good. You know, you've got working parents, I'm guessing,
Yes,
and all that
absolutely,
sort
mate.
of all
There's a
that sort
massive
of stuff.
stigma, isn't there? There's a
Yeah,
massive
there's a stigma. If you're a drunk or an alcoholic, it's because you're being brought up wrong. Not all the fucking time.
Absolutely, no,
Not
not
all
at
the
all.
fucking time.
No,
Fuck me, I
not
was
at
brought up
all.
on a council estate, and I've done all right.
Not at all, mate. I know people that have come from absolutely fuck all, and they've made it, and it's not. God, what was I going to say? Sorry, boys.
No, that's all right. Thought a trail's gone or whatever.
That doesn't
Thought
work, does it?
trail.
Is it
Well,
dust?
you know,
Anybody? No.
see,
Dust? Anybody?
here we go. Here we go. That's bullying again.
No, that's what I was going to say. Do you know what? In a way, that actually played on my mentality more. I remember going through stages of being in severe depression and talking about to my parents at one point and being in tears, saying, "Why am I like this?" When I had friends, one friend in particular, I won't mention his name, that had gone through so much trauma in his life. From losing family members, friends, like the most horrific trauma, and he's still smashing life with no depression. But I just every day wanted to kill myself for no reason, but that only made me worse because I was like, "Why am I like this? Why am I like this?" And then you say that over and over and over and over again, and it just makes you worse.
You question yourself in a spiral.
Question yourself, but I had no excuse. I wanted to look for a reason. Was I bullied as a kid, like anything, family stuff? There was nothing, mate. I was so privileged, and I still am. I'm incredibly lucky, but that means nothing. Do you know what I mean? There's millionaires out there, people, the most successful people in the world, still kill themselves through depression.
Absolutely.
Do we think, with regards to like addiction, do we think of it as because some people think of it like an illness, a disease, what would you categorize it as? Like, either one of you? I think it's a mental health issue, personally.
I would say it's an illness.
It's an illness.
In my eyes. It's an illness because I wouldn't say it's a disease because you can catch a disease, can't you?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
But mental health illness, it is an illness, and it's, in my eyes, or what I've found out is, in my case, I don't know if this is with everyone, however, I'm very confident it will be the same with a lot of people. It was a case of a weak mind in my case, and so I've spent over the last 14 months strengthening my mind to be able to cope with addictions and depression.
Because it lasts forever, doesn't it?
So right at the start, it's all in the mind. So my mind was so weak that I couldn't say no to a line. I couldn't say no to a beer. I couldn't say no to going to the pub. I couldn't say no to eating that extra bar of chocolate. I couldn't say no to not going to the gym. Do you know what I mean? It was all the bad decisions. But so I've had to use exercises that I've found out in the last 14 months to be able to strengthen my mind and now be in a position that I can. And I truly believe that depression is an illness, but you can get better from that illness if you work on yourself and put things into place to be able to get better from that illness. I've been ill just like Bicker's ill right now with the shits.
Yeah.
But if he does the right things, he'll probably stop shitting himself tomorrow.
I don't know, not with Bicker. They could never stop shitting, honestly. What's your opinion on these questions always pop into my head. What's your opinion on, like, do you believe that once you're an addict, you are an addict? And
no,
not to label yourself as an addict, but you know, people say for the rest of their life, I'm an addict, but I'm in recovery. Is that something that you will say, like, when you're in like 10 years time? Or
I think the people that say that have been trained to say that by going to certain fellowships.
Yeah.
Or taught to say that. I am not an addict. I was an addict. I am not an addict. That person is no longer here anymore. The old Dave is no longer here. I don't drink alcohol. I don't sniff coke. I'm not an addict. I don't like the word addict personally. I think if you're calling someone an addict, or an addict's calling himself an addict himself, he's
defining himself under that one thing, right?
defining himself under a word that I don't know quite how the words to say it, but I don't like the word addict. Like, hi, I'm David, I'm an alcoholic. Get fucked, mate. No, I used
You
to
could tell that by how strong you were. Like, I am not a fucking addict, and I rate that. That was, I'm taking that. I'm captioning it. Right.
It's utter rubbish. Like, it's not the right. Me saying I'm an addict is holding on to the past.
Yeah.
If I sit here and say I'm a cocaine addict, all I'm doing is talking about last year.
Negative shit, yeah.
I haven't had a cocaine in 14 months. Why would I say I'm an addict? I don't do it anymore. I used to be an addict, yeah, but no more.
Fucking
I'm done.
sweet.
What I want to do though is go like back, like with. Sorry to keep going back, but I think it's important with like when it first started with you, at whatever age it was. What age did you start taking like cocaine and shit?
17.
17.
Mate, and I remember that first line like it was yesterday, really.
Yeah.
I remember it. And I was talking about this last night on my live for TikTok. People were saying, do I regret that? Do I fuck, mate?
It's all led you to where you are now.
100%. I went through hell and I put my family through hell. But I know it's already. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be on this podcast. I wouldn't have inspired hundreds, maybe thousands of people online now if I didn't go through what I went through.
Yeah.
And I'm still just at the start of it. I'm just at the start of it. So, and whatever happens in the past leads you to wherever you're going in the future. Like, it's crazy.
Do you have any thought, like maybe like this? Do you believe in like a destined path at all, where like you sort of needed to go through that to become like that was like shit? Hello.
Onto his dick. For the audio listeners, he ain't got no pants on.
Angela White.
Right. That's a weird one. I've said my entire life, I'm going to be famous or a millionaire. And I still say it. And I don't cringe. I'm fucking gonna, boys. Believe it or not.
Manifesting that shit.
I know it.
It's so funny because I've always had this feeling like, and I think I've probably said this to you before, but I've had this feeling that like, no matter what job I do or what career path I go down, where I am or whatever, I feel like I'm made for social media.
I'd agree with that, Josh.
Like there's something inside me which is like I've got to succeed at something, and my problem has always been not sticking at it. That's my issue, and that's where this podcast is probably the biggest difference to anything else I've done before. I've done the YouTube, I've done creating gaming videos, guides, fucking prank videos, fucking tying fucking fishing lines to wallets in Tesco's and reading it away from people as they're picking it up for fucking prank videos and shit. I've done loads of fucking stupid shit, and I just feel like I'm destined. So I do believe in like a destiny path in a sense, and maybe that path is ever changing, but there's definitely a path that we all have to go through to grow to be where we are.
100%. It's finding a way to find that destiny. I'd agree with you. I've always thought I was destined to help people. This is before my addiction recovery. I felt like I just felt I was destined for more in life, to maybe be in the public eye. I'm not quite sure, but I was meant for something bigger, and I still am meant for something bigger. I think we all have the internet and social media to thank now that so many people are being able to follow their dreams because of social media. Without this, I would still be on my hands and knees, scraping floors and fitting carpets, with everyone telling me that's the only way, that's the only route in life. You have to keep fitting carpets. You keep doing that for the rest of your life, and that's all you can do, or you go and get a 9-to-5 job.
Wait for the lunch
Thank
bell.
God my eyes have been opened to the internet, and because of TikTok and other things, that it's given me the platform and the opportunity to achieve my dreams now. And without it, I still would be stuck. I mean, only 4 months ago, I was still in this frame of mind. Like, I knew I'm destined for something. I'm destined for something. I know I am, but I can't think what. I don't know. I knew I didn't want to be a floor fitter anymore. I just didn't know where I was going. And it was actually my girlfriend that said, you need to get on TikTok. And I was like, what's TikTok? This was only December, just gone. What's TikTok? She was like, you need to get on TikTok. You need to tell your story. I think it would help you. Because I was going through a bit of a slump where I wasn't in danger of having a drink, but my life was right. I've recovered now. Now what?
What's next? Yeah.
What next? I don't want to go back to fitting floors. I hate it. It's not for me. You don't get rich from working hard. You get rich from working smart, and I'm here to get rich. So I thought, while I've got the opportunity, I'm going to stop doing that. My girlfriend told me to post a video on TikTok, and within a month of posting a few videos, I was like, I had 1,000 followers, and the opportunity started coming to me like, whoa, what the hell's this? And the love.
Yeah.
The love started coming to me, which then you just feed off. You're like, wow, this is cool. And I've just become addicted to it. And I can honestly say, I think content creating and downloading TikTok has been, I'd say, probably the best thing I've ever done in my life. Because I know where it's going to lead me.
And it shows there's positive addictions as well.
Yeah.
Mate, I haven't received a single negative word on TikTok yet. I'll
drop your first one in the comments later, don't worry.
Yeah.
Cunt.
Yeah. Or is it just because I delete the bad comments? No, I don't. And it's just a really uplifting place to be, TikTok. And even in the recovery niche. I mean, my niche is just full of recovery, but there's no depression in it. It's just a very positive place to be, TikTok. It really is.
Yeah.
Everyone's there to help each other out. Everyone's trying to push each other up. So to get your message out, to be able to help others, whatever that may be, it doesn't have to be recovery. I mean, like you said, Josh, you were doing prank videos. That's entertaining people. That's helping people out because you're cheering people up. You got to have something to give to people.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry about that, guys. Had to go for a little bathroom break.
No bother.
So to move forward, let's talk about what I'd like to go through as well is to help other people is like what helped you the most with recovery. What was it that spurred you along? Was there any like sort of maybe like advice or?
I also want to go through like warning signs to look out for, like if you might not think you're an addict, and just give them maybe some warning signs. What, even though in their head they might not think they're addicted to alcohol, drugs, whatever. Giving them some little pointers to say, okay, maybe you should start looking at things a little here and there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
to be honest, mate, I think everyone who has a problem knows they've got a problem deep down.
I don't know. See, I don't.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Do you know what the one thing because obviously I do speak to so many people now about who trying to quit, trying to cut down, blah blah blah, and the most common thing fucking hell scared the shit out of me. The most common thing they say is that they're scared of quitting. That's the main thing. They're scared of missing out. But it's because they've never seen another life.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been scared of that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. We all are, fear of missing out. But you've been missing out. I mean, in my case, I was missing out on an entire life, and now I'm not because of the. It's just it counteracts. It's such a contradiction because you're missing out on so much that you're drinking.
Yeah. I'd agree.
And what thing starts off as a once a month thing, then starts turning into twice a month. Then it starts coming fucking all right every Friday. You got to look through that Friday sesh.
Yeah. And
then when it comes to Friday, okay, I'm fucking hanging on Saturday. I better have a bit Saturday. Pick a half up for the Saturday, and then once like fucking like so rapid takes over your fucking life.
Completely takes over, mate.
And you have like my first warning sign is when you start that curtain twitching, game over. You're gone. You've gone too far. Once you get to
100%.
that curtains, once you start peeking in that, fuck me, is that the police outside? Who's coming through my door? You're gone.
Yeah,
You need to stop that shit there and then. That's taken over your life,
mate,
in my
100%.
opinion.
That is a very that's a good one. I mean, that once you get to that point, there's no enjoyment in it, and
No.
we all get to that point.
Yeah, and in your head, you're thinking the next, I'll be different tonight. Nope, no, it isn't. It's
Mate,
never fucking
I
different.
can't get my head round. So when I got into it, I got into the drug scene quite big because I used to go to football a lot. Football, drink, drugs, it goes hand in hand. You cannot hide from it. And I used to go to football up and down the country every Saturday. So I was always around alcohol and cocaine. But I would be on train. I would get a train to Waterloo at 8 a.m. with a bag open, straight on it. And I'd go into London like I'm taking over the world. But if I did, if I had one of them now on a train, I ain't getting off that train, mate. I'm hiding
in them toilets, you're in them toilets. Fucking hell.
He said, like, you want some? I'll give it you.
Oh, mate. I'll be pressing the emergency stop button,
Yeah.
get me off this train. I don't know how. I mean, whether that's a change in the actual product, it probably is.
Probably is, yeah. You're probably right.
When you think about it, that's going back 20 years nearly, and it is a different product now. You can only imagine. I mean, everything's made cheaper and easier these days, and if you think cocaine ain't made cheaper and easier, then you're deluded. They've obviously found cheaper and easier ways to make it, and it really is just fucking horrific for you.
It's literally full of rat poison.
Mate. Well, I think they said in my in the results from when I come out of hospital, they said there was rat poison in it.
Really?
Fucking hell.
Yeah. They said there was rat poison in it.
That's the shit that makes you like the jittery and all fucking.
And it's funny because you hear about it. People say, "Oh, it's got rat poison in it," but until you've been to until you hear someone say, "I've been to hospital and there was actually fucking rat poison in my body," you don't actually think there's like rat poison in it. You know, until you hear.
I mean, but you know what? Even when we used to say, "Oh no, it's pure, it's fine." Do you know what pure cocaine is? That's pure diesel. So you're just sniffing diesel. What are you on about? That's not fine.
Jesus Christ! See, I don't know too much about all this sort of stuff, so it's just all learning for me.
Well, my motto, like back in the day, if it smells like diesel, you got the right people. Do you know what I mean? That was like that was the sayings and shit. That fucking nuts.
With regards to like people when they know they're in a position of danger, let's say, the biggest way to not do it is to stop straight away. Like, do you not think like before, like the advice to anybody should be like, don't wait till you're there. If you're doing it now and you can stop doing it, stop fucking doing it.
100.
Because I think give yourself if you don't think you have a problem, 30 days. Give yourself 30 days. Then fucking go from there. Because 30 days is a massive fucking accomplishment.
Yeah, it is.
Even if you're doing it daily at the minute, do a day sober, and then the next day, and then by the fuck you'll know you're a week.
When honestly,
like a week fucking sober, and then you're like
the problem is people could listen to me talking now and go, fucking hell, you live like you're clearly so happy. People don't have and I wouldn't have in the past had the commitment to give it a long enough time to try it. So you'd have a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month. A month ain't enough to fix you. I'm still feeling the benefits every day now. I'll wake up tomorrow happier than I woke up today, and I'll wake up next week happier than I did this week. It only gets better and better and better.
Yeah.
So until you just stick at it, along with, I must say, it ain't just quitting alcohol. It is the other things I've been doing that also help with depression, fitness. Do you know what I mean? And
walking,
everything else that we can get into, of course. But that they're obviously huge factors because they make you lazy. They're factual depressants, scientifically proven they depress you. Along with the other things, if you don't exercise, it's scientifically proven it causes depression. If you don't eat healthy, it's scientifically proven it causes depression.
Yeah.
If you implement all those things and they kind of go hand in hand, if you stop drinking alcohol and taking coke, you feel better. You feel better, you've got a bit more about you that you could go for a walk. That walk will turn into a run, that will turn into a gym. It's all just like leaps and bounds, but it has to start somewhere.
Yeah. And it all starts with you
Eating
saying,
eating healthy is a huge one that I need to try. I would like to get it out there more and more and more. An unhealthy diet is a depressant, and a healthy diet is an antidepressant. We're not taught about it in mainstream media enough, or even in school enough. But we're not taught about it at all.
At
we
all.
should be. I think
At all, we're not.
school needs to be revamped, man. So, but like, why are we not in school learning about like the negatives to drugs, alcohol, the fucking positives
Learning
to
about
healthy
money
eating,
and all that
exercising?
shit.
Because
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. If you go to like PE in school, they never told you the benefits of actually exercising. They just said go on a football pitch and kick a fucking ball.
Mate, I'm doing. Do you know what? I had this. I was saying this to my old man the other day. So I've just started working in Parkwood. I've got a job in the gym.
Oh, sick.
My gym that I've been going to during my recovery, they've offered me a job, which is absolutely happy days. Yeah. And in last week and tomorrow, I've been doing a first aid course on CPR, learning how to use
lifeguard course as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's like an all-in-one thing, basically, mate. Yeah, okay. But the fact I was buzzing to learn CPR. I've always wanted to learn CPR, and when I learnt it, and I can I'm not happy now thinking if someone hits the deck in front of me, or my mum and dad, bless them, I'm fucking on it. I know what I'm doing now. Why is that not taught in school?
Yeah.
Why isn't that taught? Why are we taught how to use a Bunsen burner?
Fucking Pythagoras theorem. Like, who needs to know about fucking
Stop
Pythagoras?
You say that all the time.
Yeah, but
Pythagoras
theorem.
theorem.
Who the fuck? I'm saying words because I'm going to apply to be on the next Harry Potter, and it sounds like a spell. Do you know what I mean? Leviosa. But no, like, you know, we don't need to know about all this shit. Like, fucking, it's.
Yeah, the school. I mean, there's a lot of people. Like, I haven't got children. If I did, the way my mind is now, they wouldn't be going to school, mate.
Well, we're thinking about homeschooling.
The educational system is useless. It's quite literally useless. They teach you all the wrong things. They don't.
Well, it's about when you go in. It's about when you got lunch, and it's about when you finish school. They're just teaching you a 9 to 5.
They're trying to. What I don't like about it is they teach you what you're not good at. So, at school, I don't like saying this. I was severely dyslexic, they would call me. I obviously am still dyslexic. I do struggle with reading, writing. But I'm also good at things. Do you know what I mean? I'm good.
You're categorized, aren't you?
I'm naturally a good people person. I'm naturally a person that I think I want to help people. But I think you would have known that for me as a child.
Yeah.
But rather than focus on the aspects that what all children are good at, and we are all different, rather than focus on them and get them to excel in those areas, it's, oh, you're shit at science, you better stay for another 2 hours and do an extra test.
Yeah.
What are you on about? That is you're slowing a child down in their
you're slowing down their advances, and also you're pushing them to do something that they don't like anyway, so they're never going to pursue it.
Absolutely. So I was, and that's how I felt my entire life, mate, up until a few months ago. I felt my entire life that society and everything was pushing me into a corner that I did not want to be in, and I wasn't meant for. I wasn't meant for it. I was meant to do something else and to help others, and now I can. But it's taken 35 years for me to notice or find a way for me to do that. But if at a young age there was a figure that could go, right, little baby David is good at this, good at that, let's push him that direction.
Yeah.
Rather than me stay in classes for hours and hours after exams because I was dyslexic, achieving absolute nothing, just trying to get me to read it over and over again, it achieved nothing. You're just making that person feel more stupid.
Yeah.
Focus on the things they are good at. And I think the school education system is just so old-fashioned. So old-fashioned.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think it puts you in a
hole. And I'm glad
well.
I haven't got children.
It puts you in a hole as well. I feel like it slows you down. Like, you know, you could have been where you are now years ago. If you were pushed to be in that, like, for me,
in the right direction.
If I was pushed in the right direction at school, I would have been, you know, because I've always been like computer graphics, like all like computer based IT, this, that, videos, all that sort of shit, you know. But if I was pushed more towards it at school, maybe something like this would have happened earlier, which I always like kick myself about. But yeah, what can you do? You can't do too much about it, can you? So
but it's also there's me sat here now blaming the school curriculum and whatnot, but it's also stepping up and taking advantage of those opportunities that come your way. So if I didn't post that first video on TikTok 4 months ago or 5 months ago, I'd still be sat here with no goal in my life. I wouldn't know what I was doing. I'd still be trapped. But someone told me or thought I posted a video and this is where it's come. But that was ripping a Band-Aid off. I mean, you boys know how hard it is to do stuff like that, post and whatnot, and it's still such a new world that you're getting ridiculed and people's.
100%.
I mean, I couldn't give a flying fuck if I'm honest.
I honestly don't. I laugh at it. It's
you
fucking
past
brilliant.
that. I'm past that, mate. I'm past that.
So, all right, I want to go through two things specifically, but the first thing I want to talk about is your meetings. You're trying to do
Yes.
Is it weekly?
Dark Days to Brighter Ways every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. Talk to me about that. What's the aim?
Yes.
What is it? And tell me about it.
My goal with that was to help the local community. Because of my TikTok went into Salisbury, I thought, well, perfect opportunity. I know I myself have been meeting up 2 or 3 people almost every day over the last month. That's an exaggeration. 2 or 3 people a week. Over the last month, individual of people who want help. And I spoke to them all individually, and I was like, look, I haven't got time to go around everyone giving advice. I don't have time for it, and I'm still trying to focus on my own type of stuff. And I have this vision of Dark Days where I just get people together and with the positive attitude, get out in the fresh air, go for a walk. We don't need to sit in a circle with our 1 month badge and say, well done, you're a month sober. Just going at a different avenue. So I did 3 weeks, and even though for the weeks leading up to them, I had 20, 30 people on one occasion come, no one turned up.
Yeah.
So that is, which is such a sad thing. So the 4th week I didn't go, and I'm now at a stage where I'm going to concentrate on my TikTok platform because I actually have a lot of people on TikTok wanting to meet me and maybe arrange a hike somewhere. So I'm about going to the Brecons maybe next month and getting my TikTok community. And at this rate, there might be like 30 or 40 of us, which will be amazing. All Dark Days to Brighter Ways. And so I'm going to put most of my energy into that for now because I feel like I'm wasting my energy doing it in my local environment in Salisbury. Yeah. When the time's ready, I'm there 100%. Dark Days to Brighter Ways is going nowhere. And if anyone ever wants to meet me, I'm here. I'm here for everyone. But for me to put it out to the public when it is difficult, and I'm only that part of it really is to help others and show others that there is help. And I'm just everyone in Salisbury knows me. Do you know what I mean? Like what? I'm just annoyed. Like. What I don't know what they're daunted about, but anyway, it is what it is.
I think it comes down to that thing that we were talking about earlier with the doctors, though, and the privacy side of it, isn't it? Maybe.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. It's a big fucking step. It's like that is a big step. Like to come out of their comfort zone and do that would be a massive step. But I think the release they would feel after that would be unreal. But
so
hey, maybe in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I was trying to not make it a big step. So I know so many people that have had to go to AA and other avenues, rehabs. That's a big daunting step. Going to sit in a room and have a meeting with a load of strangers.
Is that something you've done as well, Dave? Is that something you've done? Have you been CA, AA, all that?
Yeah.
How was that?
None of it worked?
No.
See, shit doesn't work for everyone. Everyone's got their own thing.
It doesn't.
But what we want to do is it might not work for Dave, and I know I didn't go myself. I done my shit on my own, but it might work for you.
Don't get me wrong. I didn't go through with it and do the 12 steps, but I wasn't willing to. And still now I wouldn't. I don't like slagging it off because, like you just said, it has helped millions. Quite literally, it's helped millions.
Yeah.
But in my eyes, it hasn't helped millions more.
Yeah, that's a fucking fair point.
It hasn't helped so many millions more, and it's because of the avenue they go down. I don't think a negative, and I think they go down a very negative way of dealing with it.
It's like we were
which
saying
is
earlier
why
about the
so
word
many
addiction.
people relapse. How many times you used to go to counselling meetings in AA and he's relapse. Do you think it's probably because we sit here and talk about us being all addicts for 2 hours every day?
Yeah.
It really infuriates me.
Even rehab, you go to rehab or whatever. I never been to rehab, by the way. But if you ask them, the success rate is pretty fucking low. As in, the amount of people relapsing is pretty high.
Oh, it's huge, mate. It's huge.
Yeah.
Well, my mum was.
But it's because So my meetings that you're asking about, I mean, I was quite ruthless with it. We were meeting in a pub.
That's why I was so shocked when I come and met you there. I was like, in a pub? And I was like,
yes, mate.
It's a fucking banging pub as well. I've never been into like a pub and it's so sick.
Mate,
like
you're not. I take everyone to the pub. Every single person I meet, when I say we're meeting for a coffee, they go, "Oh, where are we going?" We're going to a pub. Because I was addicted to the pub probably just as much as alcohol.
The vibe.
Yeah. But you have to break that habit. So going down those avenues we were just talking about, I know a lot of people, or a huge percentage of people that goes to those, wouldn't step foot in a pub because they're scared to step foot in a pub. Oh no, I can't go there. So I'll have a drink. Well, what have you recovered from? All you're doing is hiding.
Yeah.
And I just thought from day one, there's no way I'm hiding from this. You can't hide from it. We live in England. There's pubs everywhere. Everyone drinks. Do you know what I mean? There's Albanians everywhere. You can't get away from cocaine.
Can you sit with someone who's having a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can sit. I can be around alcohol. I can be around it. I can't be around drunk people too much, but
that's just generally anyone who's not drunk, isn't it? You know.
Oh, it does you fucking sweet.
I can't struggle to be around drunk people for too long. I mean, I'll give it a couple of hours and then. But I don't let it get. I'm just like, time for me to go. Or but the worst are people on gear. If anyone's on coke, get me. Which is sad because it makes me think, Jesus Christ, what was I
like?
Yeah. Because it really is, and it does make me laugh. All the people that like bump into me on coke are like, "Yeah, I ain't touched it in ages either." And I'm like,
What would Dave's sort of, not 12 steps, but like, what would you, if you were to go, right? Hi, I'm Dave. I've done this, I've done that. These are the steps I took. These are the steps I recommend. And it doesn't have to be, because we've spoke about grounding previously and things like that. What would, if you were to say to someone, it isn't a one shoe fits all, but this is what I've done and this worked. Give it a go. What would you say?
First things first is get used to being on your own. Understand your own mind. Turn music off. Put your headphones down and just be on your own and get used to your own space. I'm a people person. I could never be on my own for any more than 5 minutes in the past, and I literally live my entire life on my own now, like day to day. It's getting used to that. But what would be start to finish? It would be physical things, like you mentioned, the grounding, but it's all about strengthening your mind. I wouldn't have been able to, if I was drinking today, I wouldn't go in tomorrow the same way. You have to strengthen your mind and put in certain exercises into doing that, which I will plug it now. But if anyone goes on my TikTok, not that we're live now, but I've recently created a mind strengthening guide. And I've just the last few days, and I've been plugging it out on my TikTok, and quite a few people have downloaded it, and I'm really proud of it. And it's basically 7 or 8 things that I've been doing every single day in the last 40 months that I know have got me to the place I am today. And that is, grounding's not on it actually, mate, but cold plunging, heat therapy, walking, journaling, inspirational figures, fasting,
the gym,
setting up. It's basically anything that puts your body through adversity or something it doesn't want to do. Sorry, they don't all fall under that category, but let me go through them. Fasting, cold plunge, and heat therapy are 3 things that it's just you and your mind in that battle. You're not in it with anyone else. I will sit in a sauna, and if you stay in that sauna 2 minutes longer than you really physically feel like you can, you've gained something mentally there. It's mental strength. So I've just leveled up mentally because I couldn't, my body didn't want to do that, but I can now. It's like same with cold plunging. If you can fight that cold, it makes your mind stronger. And proof's in the pudding. When I started cold plunging, I could do 5 seconds. Now, I quite honestly get in a cold shower. I don't even touch it hot or warm at all. I will walk in it freezing cold. I will have a cold shower for 5 minutes and I'll get out. I couldn't have done that in the past, but it's not my skin that's got used to it. It's my mind that's got used
mind
to it.
David Goggins says
Absolutely.
mind calluses.
So that cold water, heat therapy, and fasting. Fasting is just hands down the most powerful thing I've ever done in my life. Fasting. If you can do a 3-4 day fast, your mental clarity is something that you will never experience if you've never done one before. If you have, I'd hope to think you're going to agree, but I have never experienced anything like it. It's honestly like taking a limitless pill. You're so sharp, you're just without food. Just no food for 4 days. It's fucking
But do you
crazy.
find like for day one like hard though, because where you fucking been eating on that day before? Because I've done a 24. I've never done a 48. 24 has always been long enough. Like, I couldn't do a 24 right now. Fuck me.
You need to do a 24, mate, because you keep shitting yourself.
I need to do a fucking 4-week fast. The amount of weight I put on, Jesus Christ.
Bicker, mate, if I'm honest, if I was you, this would be the exact time that I fast. My timings of fasting are usually when I'm ill. So I've done 2 72 hours, which are 2 free days. I did one the day after Boxing Day. The reason I've done that is because I wanted to test it, because so many figures that I've been listening to, and I've discovered that food causes illness. If you eat loads of shit, if you constantly eat throughout the day, you get ill. And I thought, I'm going to put this to test after Christmas. And I went on a 3-day fast after Boxing Day. Lo and behold, I went round my brother's house, like just before New Year's Eve for a party, and everyone was run down, coughing, spluttering, so ill. 3 people didn't make it because they're ill. Everyone's blaming it on the weather. Everyone's blaming it on what is going round. I was like,
it's all that shitty Christmas food.
That's all it is. It's because we've been pigging out. Humans are not meant to eat the way we have been told to eat in our most recent generations. We're not meant to. We're meant to eat once a day. You're not meant to eat any more than that, and you're just causing so many issues in your body if you do. And when you starve yourself, your body just kills all the bad shit in it. It eats alive all of the bad dead cells and all the sugar that's inside your body. So it just gets rid of all the crap. So I did that as a test. Lo and behold, I was right as rain. I didn't get any ill, and then I did it again last week after Easter. I ate way too much chocolate, which it was beating me up. I didn't have control of my chocolate intake. That's the thing. So I felt like I didn't have control. I was like, right, I've lost my head with this. Yeah. Can't get my diet back together like I was. I was so regimental. Like, I'm eating this, I'm eating that. I'm going to the gym this hour, going to the gym that hour. But I just lost my way with it. And I thought a good fast, a 3-day fast, will snap me out of the eating malarkey. You can't come out of a 3-day fast and go back to eating shit straight away. It's just, you just don't want it. You don't want that food.
Yeah.
And it just gave me that mental reset to then remind myself I can achieve anything. If you go through 3 days without putting food in your mouth, there ain't much you can't do. So it was just the mental rebuild of, right, mental strength. I'm back to where I want to be. I can take on the world, do what I want. Just no one can knock me down. And it's just it's such a powerful thing you can try, mate. Such a powerful exercise. I strongly advise fasting to anyone. One thing I should say actually is women, I think, need to probably check something to do with their menstrual cycle. It's not advised if you do it certain times of the month.
Yeah, because their body's probably taking
Yeah,
so
I mean,
much from them, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't
cycle.
quite know the ins and outs of it. But I've been told that if you're going to do it, be careful.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, to be fair, I've only ever done I used to do intermittent fasting for a bit, which actually helped me a fair bit. Even just drop weight, it helped me a fair fucking bit. Can't lie.
The losing weight with it. So I started my fasting with intermittent fasting. I'm not going to lie. I started it as a diet.
Yeah.
And I started keto. Started the keto diet. That kind of goes hand in hand with intermittent fasting quite often. You try and do them together. So I started the intermittent fasting diet. Weight fell off me. Literally just fell off me. That's not eating for 16 hours, then eating for 8 hours. People find that daunting. I don't quite know why.
It's easy. You're sleeping.
It's really easy. Bearing in mind, that includes your 8 hours you're asleep.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's really not that hard. And then if you can extend 16 to 17, 17 to 18, 18 to 19, to the point of now my daily is 22 hours. I don't eat anything before 22 hours. Then I have a 2-hour period where I'll eat whatever the fuck I want to eat. I try and keep it, I do keep it healthy. I'll always get my protein, my veg, as much protein as I can. But try and lay off the carbs. But I'll go ham and eat what I want. But doing the intermittent fasting then opened my eyes to fasting. Just the algorithm chucking the videos up at me, and I was like, "What's this fasting about?"
Yeah.
And then I just got in a right rabbit hole with that, learning all about the health benefits that you can get from fasting. It's just incredible, mate. And I'll be taking it on to the day I die. There's no doubt in my mind, and I think you'll be hearing a hell of a lot more about it. Just like you say, the grounding, it's not frowned upon anymore. If you said to someone you were barefooted in the garden 5 years ago, or you're going 3 days without food, you're looked at like an absolute lunatic.
Yeah.
But they're the lunatics for not doing it. This helps in so many ways, mentally, physically, just everything, like vibrationally, electrically, like the grounding, everything. But they're brilliant. Do you know what? This 14 months, the fact that I've discovered these things, all of these exercises, has just been so exciting for me. Like I love waking up in the morning, mate, and I'm like, right, sun, rain, snow, or fucking hell, sun, rain, or what is it?
I don't even fucking know. Rain, sun, nor shine, or something, isn't it?
Something like that. I'm out. I'm straight away. I can't wait. I'm putting that kettle on. I'm getting up the garden. I'm doing my grounding.
Yeah.
And if I don't do that grounding, I don't know whether it's just in the mind, like cleaning the teeth. You know about it if you don't clean your teeth in the morning, but it does something. I don't know what it does, but as long as I do my breath work, I do my grounding, 10 minutes, coffee. That's first tick, done. Come in, cold shower, second tick, done. Go to the jar.
Then you're already winning for the day. Then once you've done them two things, you're already mentally winning.
If you try it tomorrow, lads, if you don't have a cold shower, have a cold shower tomorrow morning. Your day will be a hell of a lot different.
Bath anyway.
No,
I got a nice bath. I can do I think I've done 12 minutes, but
that's good, mate.
I ain't doing, but that's not with a lot of ice.
That's after it's been in like 30-degree heat all day, though. So it's
recently.
It's a warm bath. It's not an ice bath. It's warm.
I don't put too much ice in it, to be fair.
It's a puddle.
Yeah. I'm actually in my son's swimming pool. Nice. Like even if I don't do it super cold, I don't really check the temperature. I'm not gonna lie, but it's still like.
If it's cold enough, if it's enough to put your body into shock, mate, and you've got the shivers,
when you get in and you. That's when I was like,
that's fine.
Fuck. But then after that, like you get out and you're like, oh damn, I want to go back in.
Yeah, it's a weird one. You get addicted to recovery, mate.
Yeah,
recovery. I love that.
I used to do it after the gym. Every time after I've been to the gym, that's the first thing I used to do. But then it's because it's in the garden. It's one of those where like you got to like go out and you're fucking barefoot, get in, wash your feet, come in, have a shower. It's a lot of effort. So I just do it whenever I can, to be honest.
I'm not gonna lie, mate. I've got an ice bath in the garden. Do I use it? Do I fuck? for the same reason. Have a cold shower.
Yeah.
If you put that cold shower on freezing cold, it's cold enough, mate. It's
Scary.
I know it is. It does sound scary, but and then do you know what? I saw Jimmy Carr said it best. He was like, no one born 100 years ago had the privilege of hot water.
True.
No one. For the 5,000-6,000 years that we know humanity's been around, up until 100 years ago, no one had hot water.
Yeah.
And we're just so spoilt with these things that are clearly. It's hard to say hot water's making you ill, but it's taking you away from basics.
Making us weak.
It's making us weak and ill. Yeah. Well, hot water's a privilege. Do you know what I mean? It really is a privilege, and I could strongly suggest try and get back to cold water. It'll change your life. It really does change your life.
I'll do it tonight. Watch. I'll do it tonight.
Again, though, mate, it's all repetition and training.
I
get
don't
in
think
there,
I can do it at 6 in the morning, though.
Breath work, and again, it's all breath work. You can't go in there. You're not going to last 2 minutes. You got to get your breath.
Sounds like my sex life. Fucking hell.
That doesn't last 2 minutes.
That's what I was on about. No, I don't think I can be doing it at 6 in the morning. Though. That's my problem. Is I shower before work, so the last thing I want to do when it's fucking waking up and going into the shower. Fucking scary. I have a warm bath instead, boys. I can't lie. Anything else?
Do you know what you were saying about different things that I mentioned obviously the physical things there, like fasting, journaling, mate.
Yeah,
you boys saw me turn up with this at your place. This is the same book I had. This book has fucking. I'm nearly at the end of it now. I'm gonna have to get a new one soon. But this is just full of just my jibber jabber. And it's changed my life. I've got writing down goals, thoughts, gratitude. It's mad, mate. When you read back through your old thoughts and your old goals and your old affirmations, and then certainly the goals has been a massive one because I read back through them and I'm like, whoa! I actually wrote that down and I've achieved it.
Yeah.
So do you write goals every day, or how does that work?
No, I don't. I write gratitude every day.
So things you're thankful for, is that
things I'm thankful for? Yeah. And that will always. I'll have my standard like 5 or 6. I'm always thankful for my perfect physical health, mental clarity, roof over my head. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'll really go deep in of what's happened that day, and it could be something as small as my old man cooking me dinner, but when you strip it back and you actually are thankful for these things, like writing it down, it's mad. It's just weird. So I heard somewhere that any goal putting onto paper, you've got 40% more chance of achieving that goal if you physically write it down.
It makes it more real, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it's in front of you.
It makes it more real. It's a physical thing.
It makes it. You don't forget about it either. We all have goals in our minds. Like, yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to go to the Caribbean one day. Right, when? In 5 years, we'll be saying the same thing. But if you write that thing down, you're probably going to go.
Because you're looking back at it as well. You're always reminding yourself.
So I'll write myself goals for like every month. I wrote myself some goals at the start of last month. And I read back through them yesterday. And I was quite surprised that I don't reach them every time. But a certain amount of followers on TikTok, earning a certain amount of money through TikTok, I wanted to create 2 new forms of income within a month, and I've achieved them within a month. Like it's just writing them down there, and then you become obsessed. Like, how am I going to do this? Do you know what I mean? It's writing down your goals,
figuring it out, like how you're going to achieve it.
And I think for people listening as well,
and then you get the sense of achievement when you read it back. You're like, fucking hell, I have got that. I've done it.
Yeah,
I don't do that shit.
And
I should start
for like the people listening as well. I think is one thing to remember though is if you do write these goals, they don't have to be like attainable straight away. You don't have to be like it's not like this month it's done. Like you can have long-term goals, short-term goals, and if you don't hit it, move it on. Keep. You don't have to give up on that goal. You know, and it's the same with everything we've spoken about today. It's not not one size fits all for anything. Everybody's going to be so different. You know, my goals would be so different to Dave's goals, and Bicker's goals would be so different to my goals. You know, and it's like for me, my goal today would have been take the dog for a walk. One thing ticked off, done. You know, so you just got to remember, every person is different. Fasting might not work for somebody, but this will work for somebody. Everything is so different.
Absolutely, yeah, of course. But you're never going to know unless you try them.
Exactly that. And
you're never going to know unless you try them. Yeah, that's the most important thing. There's so many ways that can help you in so many areas, but unless you try them, I'm just trying them all. My goals at the moment are quite. I'd say they're quite extreme, but it's just because that's the frame of mind I'm in right now. If I was a few months back, my daily goals would be go to the gym today, but I'm really like I'm on catch up. That's my mentality at the moment. I feel like I've lost 15 years of my life, and I am on fast forward to catch up. And just make it ASAP and just try and catch up with my life and help everyone. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you are killing it, to be fair. You're fucking killing it. You're doing really well. Like, not even to sound patronizing, but you should be fucking proud of yourself, man. And
also, mate, I appreciate it.
100%.
From speaking
I'm proud of you.
Your goal, your goal should be like not should be, but I do believe I actually see this in your future as you writing a book. I can like just speaking to you, hearing what you do.
I'll have to get someone else to write it, mate. I'm dyslexic as well.
Yeah. You got Chat GPT. You get your name from there. You can get your book from there, right?
Nah, mate. It's. I take it as a huge compliment, and I really, mate. This is what I'm saying. This is all. You saying that to me is because of the decisions I've made over the last year. Like the fact someone say that I could see you writing a book. I've had people say they could see me as being a future entrepreneur of some sort. I'm like. I don't know what the future's going to hold.
It's the aura, like I said, it's the aura and the energy you're putting out there, mate. That's the thing that's doing it. And you just see by the glow that you're fucking doing. I hope it's not fake tan. But...
Here's the easiest way for me to explain.
Mate, I've been out of the sun today. It ain't no fake tan.
The easiest way for me to explain, especially this is perfect for Dave as well, because like behind the scenes, I've met Dave before many years ago down the pub when I was probably pissed up and Dave was probably pissed up. But the only reason I remember Dave was because of you mentioned your dog. Remember last time we spoke? Other than that, I would not have remembered you, not by face. But after this conversation today, because of the type of person you are now, I will remember you forever. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I appreciate
that's the difference in the person that you are right now. And that's a massive testament to like how far you've come, what you've done, and just everything.
But this is what, maybe this is where I felt trapped so much in my life, because I have the platform now to give what I want to give, and that's being positive and being happy and spreading that and helping other people in depression or addiction. But I'm just so glad I've got this platform and this to be able to do it now. I just felt I felt so trapped in my old life. I just felt so trapped in people forcing you to go down certain routes of getting a 9-5 work. But when I felt like, no, this isn't for me, and that's not someone sounding like you just don't want to work. That's bollocks. That's an old-fashioned way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm meant for more than a 9-5 job, and no disrespect to 9-5 jobs, but I meant I can't help the millions I want to help if I work in a 9-5 job.
Yeah.
And I felt so trapped. And I just feel like such a weight has been lifted off my shoulders recently, because I have a vision now. I can see how I'm going to do it. It's all in my own hands. If I don't make it as everything that I know I'm going to make, but if I, for whatever reason I don't, I have no one to blame other than myself. Yeah. No one. There's no one to blame. I haven't been working hard enough by getting my profile out there enough to be able to help enough people. It's just me. It's just me on my own. I'm on a one-man mission. And just quicker the better in my eyes. The quicker I can get out there and just help people. I love it, boys. I love the messages I get. And it's not people bigging me up. If anything, they get a bit boring. Right? That's fucking good. But it's the messages that I get that you've made me change. The fasting one blew my mind. I told everyone I was going fasting. I've got people now saying they've done 8 days fasting. I've told them to stop. I said, you got to stop that.
Go eat.
I said, fucking eat something. You can't. They go, no, it's brilliant. All right, well, just it's brilliant. Yeah, I don't know. It's mad. It's new to me. It's there's a lot of almost like I have a lot of power there as well, so I have to be careful what I can say. Like you say, I mean, I know a bit about stuff like fasting and that, but I know it has its dangers to it. So when I'm saying I'm fasting, but I've got people from the other side of the world going, "You've inspired me. I'm a week without food." I'm like, fucking hell.
But they're on about 7 different medications. They're like, no. Please consult your doctor.
Oh my god. Oh, that's funny. Closing thoughts. If you just had something to say to the people, Dave, what would just a little sentence?
If I can do it, you can do it. That's just anyone that is suffering from depression, anxiety, or addiction. There is a way out. There is a way out, and no matter how much you feel like you are stuck, there is help out there. That's all. I can't really, like you say, everyone's different. Everyone's addiction's different. Everyone's depression's different. But people feel like there is no help, and there is help. I'm not saying, but you got to help yourself to start with. That's it. Helping
starts
yourself.
with you.
All starts with you, yeah. And doing, and it's not easy. It's not easy. Like the things that I've said that have my mind strengthening techniques, they're not easy. You can't go and jump in a cold plunge and think it's easy, or go to the gym for 2 hours a day. That's not easy. But not only is it not easy, I've done it every single day for a year. I have to do it to keep on top of my depression and my addiction. But God, is it worth it?
There's a saying, isn't it? Nothing worth doing if nothing worth doing is easy. Is that the saying?
Something like
There's
that.
nothing easy worth doing.
Nothing worth doing is easy.
Yeah, it's something like that. Anyway, yeah.
Wow.
Where's AI? It really is. It's repetition, and it's getting off your ass and doing it. And unfortunately, no one listening to this is going to take that as practical advice, because I used to hear that all the time. And
that's why they can go to your TikTok.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
And what is your socials?
My social media is Dave Mullen or Dark Days to Brighter Ways.
Cool. I'll chuck the links in the bio, guys. As always, Bix, anything?
No, what I would like to do is bring Dave back with his 2 years and see where he's at. Let's see what goals he's reached, and I know he's going to fucking kill it.
Mate, I'll be back. I'll be back, boys. There's no doubt in my mind. It's a shame that it took this long for me to be on here, and obviously...
But with that though, Dave,
the first time...
but look how far you've come in that time. That was even 6 months ago.
Even that
was 6 months ago. Do you know that? Do you know how I know that was 6 months ago nearly? Because it was literally, my mum died the weekend before.
Shit.
And then I seen you, and that was nearly 6 months ago now. So look how far you've come in them 6 months.
And I'm still trying to ring her.
Now Josh is making fucking TikToks about her with my fucking ashes. She's like, cheers, mate. Yeah, sound.
It's funny though.
No, I'll be back on, and I'll be keeping you updated how we get on, boys. But we're all here for the ride along. Do you know what I mean? If I'm making it, you boys are making it, and vice versa. But everyone's here to big each other up, and I love this new way of living, this new sober way of living. It's just positive. Being around positive people. You boys want to make it. I want to make it. Everyone wants to make it.
Yeah.
And it will happen if you have that mentality. 100%. If you have that mentality, mark my words, everything I say is going to happen.
I know.
What's key, Vicar?
100%.
What's key? What's key?
What do you mean?
What's key to like?
Who's got the keys to my Beamer?
Consistency is key.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Remember that next time you cancel a podcast. Anyway, signing out, people. Thanks for listening. As always, you can find us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook under Let's Get Chatting. The links will all be in the bio for Dave as well.
And if you'd like to apply to be a host on the podcast, please message Josh at...
Yeah, no, but if you do want to come on and tell us your story, feel free to chuck us a DM, anything. and we will happily have you on, have a conversation, because it's getting busy in this bitch. So it's getting busy. We got bookings now, so
Yeah,
some
boys,
cool
I've
shit coming.
appreciated all the ones you've put on. It's good to see you getting some more and more people jumping on Edge. And I mean, but it's the future. I never want to see you give up on this, because
Never. I won't give up.
on this podcast thing, you just be patient with it. It will kick off if you're adamant it will, and you stick to it. It will. Nothing will stop it. It's just sticking at it.
100%. 100%.
And probably
Once
if you
Dave
meet
Mullen
back,
shares it to his TikTok story and all of his followers come on, join us, we'll be like, yeah, come on, give us the deals. Give us the deals.
Yeah, but as always, guys, like I said, subscribe, like, follow, share, tell your nan about it, tell your mum about it, tell your brother about it, tell your budgie about it. I don't care.
yeah.
But yeah, and as always, darker days lead to brighter ways. Boom. Peace out. Thanks for
Boom,
listening.
boom.
Bash.